Hi guys, I'm Chef Daniel. I'm thinking about a nice cream soup, cream of mushrooms, cream of potato leek, even squash and red pepper. All those different potage blended soups are really delicious. I'm gonna prepare a cream of mushrooms. Let's start with cutting the leeks. You know, leeks are very sandy in the inside. So what you wanna do is just with a knife, you split your leaf in half, keeping the core, and it helps you washing the inside of the leaf. So I'm gonna use a bit of the green and most of the white. So let's cut the leek, thin slices like that. That's gonna be enough. And I'm gonna cut the onions. Same thing with the onions. What you wanna do, thin slices. Slices will extract more flavor, and it's also gonna cook better, cook faster. Now I'm gonna slice my mushrooms. I got like button mushrooms here, regular button mushrooms. So let's aim for about 2 or 3 cups of the mushrooms. Again, I'm just gonna slice them. There we are. A good 2.5, 3 cups of the mushrooms. Let's get started with the cooking process. Turn on my pot. So I'm gonna put about a tablespoon of olive oil in my pot. All right, so I'm gonna start with the onions here and the leeks. And with a spatula here, I'm gonna start stirring. Sweating the vegetables, you're gonna see like the vegetables start to release its water. That's what it's called, sweating. When it's nice and sweated, let's put our mushrooms inside. And let's put our dry mushrooms. I got here about 3/4 of a cup. I'm just gonna use half of this. This is very fragrant, has a really strong flavor. I like to add a little bit of garlic as well. Let's put 1 clove of garlic. Smash the garlic. Boom. 1 clove of garlic, just as is. See, I've got here a total of ingredients. I've got about 2.5 cups. I'm gonna use about a cup of vegetable broth. You only want to have the liquid to cover the amount of vegetables you have. Now, put the lid on and let's bring it to a simmer. Once you sweat your ingredients, a little shorter after that, about 5 minutes, let's put the potato in. I always like to put it a little bit after. Thin sliced potatoes. For the amount of soup I have, I'm not gonna use a whole potato. The potato really is only for the texture, the smoothness of the soup. So let's put my potato in, thin sliced potatoes. So we'll cook it for about 20 minutes. So it was 5 to 10 minutes. You add your potato halfway through, and then let's continue cooking for another 10 minutes. So once the soup has simmered for about 20 minutes, let's remove the lids. You see the ingredients, they're all cooked. Let's turn this off, and we're gonna use a blender. So I put all the ingredients to the blender. Now be careful, the liquid is really hot. So what I'm gonna do, like I said before, I'm gonna use silken tofu, a local organic tofu from Gatineau, here nearby Ottawa. See, silken tofu, it's almost like a custard. It's really nice and soft. I'm gonna remove the liquid. The tofu like this, you can use for many different applications. It's nice and soft, and it's a good source of protein. So I'm gonna use this is 1 pound. So I'm gonna use about half of it for the amount of soup I have. I have like 2.5, 3 cups, a good like 4 portions. So let's put inside the tofu like this and turn on the machine. Et voila. Look at the color that changed. You blend the soup for about 1.5 to 2 minutes until it's nice and smooth. Look at the texture. The texture is perfect. Color of coffee, like mushrooms. I'm gonna return this to the pot to finish the seasoning. I also like to use a bit of vinegar. You know, vinegar, not too much. It'll be like a 1/4 teaspoon, just a couple drops of vinegar. The vinegar will enhance the flavor of the mushrooms, the potato, the herbs that you're gonna put in. So I'm just gonna drop a little bit. There you go. All right, let's plate it now. Get a nice spoon. Just in the center of the bowl. Voila. A nice portion. I like to add a little bit of chive to my soup for a finishing touch. I'm gonna chop the chive lightly. A little bit of chive on the soup. So I like to finish up with a bit of camelina oil. You don't want to put too much, just a few drops on the soup like this. Here we are. And I also have, if you want a little more flavor, I have nutritional yeast, which is a very common ingredient for vegan diet. It's a dry yeast, inactive dry yeast flakes, And we can just kind of sprinkle just a little bit on top, like this. It's gonna add a little cheesy flavor to your soup, if you like it. Here we are. Cream of mushrooms.